Hey, it's Kylie of Kylie M Interiors, online paint color expert. In our last color video, we looked at Benjamin Moore Edgecomb Gray, and you learned all about its undertones, its depth, how it looks in different exposures, the best white trim and cabinet colors with it. This one is a lot more fun if you ask me, because we're looking at the best paint colors that coordinate with Edgecomb Gray. So let's say you want to paint your kitchen cabinet something other than white, or you want to paint your island, an accent wall, or you want a palette so you can have adjoining rooms that suit Edgecomb Gray. I've got the colors for you. Now, not all of these colors can do all of those tricks, but the idea is that get your pen and paper, write down the ones that catch your eye. When you're done the video, go to my blog, search them up. I bet I have a color review on them full of photos and information, and I might even have a YouTube video. I'm going through updating my videos to be more awesome than ever. Now, let's see what we've got here. The idea is that we're going to be looking at colors that work, but also colors that don't work, because we learn a lot from what doesn't work. We're going to start with one that definitely doesn't work, Benjamin Moore Balboa Mist. So if you want to partner Edgecomb Gray with gray paint colors, your grays need to be darker than Edgecomb Gray. If your grays are lighter than Edgecomb Gray or even the same depth, they're going to fight each other just like Edgecomb Gray and Balboa Mist does. So again, you want gray, it needs to be darker than Edgecomb Gray, not lighter or the same depth. Benjamin Moore Devwing. I bet you this is gorgeous. So pretty, eh? I love it. Beautiful, subtle, slightly brighter off-white compared to some off-whites. Those look gorgeous together. Benjamin Moore China White. Another beautiful, oh, seriously, so good. Love it. Hard to go wrong with China White. What else do we have here? Aesthetic White by Sherwin. Aesthetic White is one of my new faves for warm neutrals. Mad love. I would definitely put these in rooms next to each other. Now I want to compare. Whenever I'm choosing a paint color, comparison is key. So I'm probably going to get, say, 4 to 6 samples, and I always use my sampleized peel and stick. I'm going to get 4 to 6 samples of similar colors. See how they ebb and flow between warmth, depth, undertones. So I might compare Benjamin Moore Devwing and Aesthetic White. So, let me see if I can get them held up here. So you can see how Devwing here, a little bit brighter, comes off a little bit creamier, whereas Aesthetic White is a little bit darker, so that LRV is a little bit lower, probably closer to maybe 72, 74. But both look pretty in their own rights with Edgecomb Gray. So we can see Aesthetic White, Devwing, so pretty. Now, moving this party along, Benjamin Moore Revere Pewter. So you know how Balboa Mist fought with Edgecomb Gray? Revere Pewter is cooler than Edgecomb Gray, but it's darker than it, and it looks gorgeous. That doesn't mean every dark gray is going to work with Edgecomb Gray. Edgecomb Gray tends to like the stormy ones, muddy ones. They're really, where they feel a little bit more earth toned. So you don't want to put like a fresh, cool gray with Edgecomb Gray, but Revere Pewter, so gorgeous. Love, love, love. Benjamin Moore, ooh, I've got 2 comparables here again. Again, comparison is great. Ballet White and White Duck. So let's start with Benjamin Moore Ballet White. This is okay. Ballet White makes Edgecomb Gray look a little taupe, a little pink in comparison. That's because Ballet White has some good cream in its backdrop, but of the cream colors, it's massively muted. Now, let's compare it to Sherwin-Williams White Duck and see how Edgecomb Gray feels. Edgecomb Gray is so much happier with a more muted color. It doesn't love creamy tones. It's okay with Ballet White. It's stunning with White Duck. So if you want to partner Edgecomb Gray with cream colors, you need to be so careful because it does not really love yellow tones. Any yellow you have has to be just massively muted with gray, tan, grayish, whatever. Just step away from the yellow. Benjamin Moore Fog Mist should be pretty. Yeah, I have no problem with that. You know, you might do like a bedroom, bathroom, that kind of thing. Ooh, a little bit darker. Benjamin Moore Coventry Gray. So here's a nice stormy gray that's a good chunk darker than Edgecomb Gray. Those totally work together. Coventry Gray, even though it's stormy, if it were any lighter, Edgecomb Gray would get a little uncomfortable. It really likes the depth of Coventry Gray. So it would also like It would like Sherwin-Williams Gris, like GRIS, and Mineral Deposit, colors like that. Sherwin-Williams Amazing Gray. Not every brand has just the color that's in my head, so I sometimes swap back and forth. Amazing Gray is Amaze Balls with Edgecomb Gray. Love it. This is a nice light medium depth greige with a green undertone. Those look stunning together. Benjamin Moore Quiet Moments. It's pretty. I would like it more if Quiet Moments were just a little bit darker. It strikes me as just a little bit too fresh for Edgecomb Gray, but I'm just being fussy. It's doable. Or if I want them in adjoining rooms, I might lighten Edgecomb Gray by 25% just to shift it, give it a little bit more freshness. That would make me feel better. Ooh, Benjamin Moore Jockey Hollow Gray. This will be pretty. Oh, love it. Lovely mid-tone gray. You can see that green, kind of a golden green in there. Gorgeous with gorgeous with Edgecomb Gray. Like if you did your cabinets in that with your walls in Edgecomb Gray, we would be best friends. Benjamin Moore Fieldstone. Super pretty. This comes out from a different angle, whereas Jockey Hollow Gray was a greige with a warm green undertone. This is a little bit of a cooler look, cooler green with Fieldstone, but again, we have that depth. So pretty. So pretty. It makes me want to paint my house. Benjamin Moore Gray Horse. Oh, that's pretty too. Let's compare these two, just see what that difference is. Oh, so similar. A little bit more depth in the Fieldstone. Yeah, so pretty. Both of them are so doable. Benjamin Moore Gray Horse, a little bit softer, slightly more coastal looking. Benjamin Moore October Mist, always a classic. It's borderline. Edgecomb Gray, when it comes to colors, the lighter the color is, the more Edgecomb Gray wants there to be gray in it. It doesn't want a lot of color. You can add a bit more color as you get darker into like accent colors. October Mist works. But any lighter, I'd get a little twitchy, but it's okay. It's doable, but we don't really want doable. We want awesome, and there's some awesome colors here. Benjamin Moore Gibraltar Cliffs should be stunning. Love it. There's that nice gray base tucked in there. It's a nice blue-green blend. Ooh, yeah, here's a great example of color. So if we look at Benjamin Moore Water's Edge with Edgecomb Gray, Edgecomb Gray is a little bit uncomfortable because Water's Edge has a considerable degree of blue, even though it's relatively muted in the blue world. And then watch how much happier Edgecomb Gray is when we add some gray to the mix. So there's Water's Edge. And don't get me wrong, like I love Water's Edge, but for what Edgecomb Gray likes, it does like that little bit more gray sliding in there with a color like Gibraltar Cliffs. Or Stony Brook's another pretty one. Duxbury Gray should be gorgeous. Absolutely. Oh. Seriously, I love my job. Benjamin Moore Antique Pewter should be a gorgeous green. Oh my God, seriously? So we've got a little bit more green in there, but we brought in depth as well. So it's a gorgeous accent to Edgecomb Gray. No problem. Sherwin-Williams Eclipse. Ooh, this is a little bit more of a richer kind of olivey green. So pretty, right? I love it. Can you tell I love color? Slightly obsessed. Benjamin Moore Kingsport Gray. This should be great. Cabinets, island, that kind of thing. Beautiful. You might check out Sherwin-Williams Keystone Gray and Warm Stone, but I feel like Kingsport is a better fit. But again, comparison is key. Sherwin-Williams Porpoise, awesome dark greige. Same with like Sherwin-Williams Urbane Bronze, Benjamin Moore Dragon's Breath. Super pretty, super organic with Edgecomb Gray. Benjamin Moore Desert Twilight. We're almost done. Desert Twilight, really nice stormy, muddy green undertone. Lovely. We're getting some dark ones down here. Benjamin Moore Chelsea Gray, so classic, so common, and common isn't bad, but on kitchen islands, accent walls, inside of front doors. Benjamin Moore Kitty Gray, gorgeous. It's almost like a dark earthy teal because it's got a green-blue blend with a chunk of gray in there. Really pretty. Now, if that were any lighter, it would be too, I feel like it'd be too colorful. Like it had a little bit more color in it, we'd lose it. Benjamin Moore Charcoal Slate, gorgeous. Edgecomb Gray does like the dark greens and the dark blues. It doesn't like the super powerful ones, like I would say Newburyport Blue. It's not gonna be great with Edgecomb Gray. Hale Navy will be kind of the edge of how blue and dark you can go. Sherwin Cyberspace would be really pretty, but I do like Charcoal Slate because it's more like a polite Wingket blue versus like a full commitment. Oh gosh, we don't need to look at those ones. Benjamin Moore Amherst Gray. Last but not least, beautiful green undertone. So there you have it. If you like those colors, I probably have a review for all of them, or I have photos. Please use the search on my blog. And if you want more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.